But what I encountered was, it was pandemonium. I mean, it was really rough stepping in as assistant principal in February. So when I stepped in, and my first day, they wanted to play a trick on me, right? And the trick was, we're going to give him a test, and we'll see who he is. So as assistant principal, look at him. I was probably 31, looked a lot younger than I look now. Here's what they decided to do. They said, we're going to have an assembly so you can meet the students. I'm like, great. And I had the 6th graders. I said, great, I'll get to speak to them. What am I going to say? Or, good afternoon, all this stuff. They brought them into the assembly right after lunch. Now you can imagine, there were about 500 6th graders right after lunch. And the teachers stood in the back of the room, or the back of the auditorium, and I remember one teacher in particular. I see him, I know his name, I'm not going to say it, and in about 4 years he came looking for a job and he didn't get it. But he had his arms folded like this. So I'm thinking, this is crazy. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, as a student, as a teacher, but this is crazy. How do I get these kids to get quiet? Because if I can't get them quiet, the whole period will be over, and then they want, right? So I had just read a book by Madeline Cartwright, who was a retired principal probably, out of Philadelphia, or Pennsylvania. And she had this corny thing she did, where she counted backwards, something. Get quiet, you throw your fingers up, that type of thing. That didn't work when I did, So I did what she did in the book. It was like a month. Like God put this book in my hand for this very purpose. And I said, okay, because there's 3 sides. I said, we're going to count backwards. When we get to 1, the side that's quiet, you'll be a winner. Win what, right? So, like a joke. So I'm like, all right, this side is quiet. Let's get quiet. Now they were making just as much noise as the other side. But I tell you what, it worked. It worked. I mean, the little thing, it worked. They got quiet. I wasn't victorious with them because it just worked. And there was one very telling moment for me that made me decide that this is not what I want to do. I was in the office and I heard feet, like running. I heard some running. So I jumped out the hallway like, I got you, right? There were 2 guys and I grabbed one. I grabbed one of the guys about 6 feet, about my height. And obviously they're not students there. I grabbed him and his friend went to the door and said, shoot him, shoot that nigga. Guess what I did? I let him go. I let him go because I said to myself, I said, damn, I didn't take this job to die. I'm just trying to teach or whatever. So I said, it was nerve-wracking. Trust me, when you hear shoot him, I'm like, run, keep running, go about your business.